In today's video, we're going to be working on this 62 Chevy C10 truck. We've already put the master cylinder on it. We've still got to put the wheel cylinders and the slave cylinder on it. I'm going to see if we can get it running.
These here, the master cylinder and the slave cylinder is all in the same reservoir. So we changed it out because it was stuck. We couldn't get it unstuck, so we just bought a new one, got it put on, and then the slave cylinder was stuck. So we're gonna put it on, and the wheel cylinders was leaking, so we're gonna put them on. We were gonna rebuild them, but the customer said he wanted them replaced, so we're replacing them.
The bed's already been taken off of this one. It's sitting up there at the building. I'll show you what's inside this one.
Horsepower.
Yeah, it's got extra horsepower in there.
He's got all the horsepower and then some.
So is this one going to stay this color?
Yeah. It was restored back about 20 years ago or so. And it's sitting in the barn. And the paint started bubbling up on it. Never been out in the weather. It's always been sitting in the barn. As you can see, I've seen a bunch of places on it somewhere a while ago. You see right here where the rust is coming out the hood in a couple of places. So whoever restored it didn't. Oh, this door over here, you can see all the pimples in the door.
Got a lot of orange peel in it too.
Yeah. See all the pimples right there coming back out in the paint.
Yeah, and down there in that corner.
Yep. So the father has passed away. He's the one who had it done. So the son wants it redone. And right here, the rest is coming back in the hood right there.
But we're not going to be painting this one
No, we're just
ourselves.
we're doing driveway service to get it where to crank up and run, stop, and
We're just doing this as a favor
go.
for a friend.
Yeah.
For Mr. Bill.
While we were down in Georgia. But it's all original. All original, rims and everything.
Let's see if I can get this door open. Show you the inside. And let you know what I mean by the horsepower. It's got a huge horse in it. The inside looks like it's in good shape. The bed of it is up here on some stands. I'll show you that in a few minutes. Are you gonna have to replace any brake?
Wheel cylinders, yeah.
Anything other than that?
No. I hope not. Yeah, looks like we might be working on a 56 some point in time since we brought it in last night. And you got a Nova sitting there we gotta do some work on. We just make driveway calls. You call, we haul.
Thankfully, we don't do this for a living.
No, we just down in Georgia and just come across. So I figured we'd bring y'all along for the ride.
As far as the hauling goes, we've done that. We did that for almost 30 years.
We figured we'd share some of our life with y'all.
Never a dull moment.
Never a dull moment. If it ain't Mother Nature whipping our butts, it's just life in general whipping our butts. Like dropping a wrench in the middle of the yard. Oh man. I might have to give me one of them little guys that works for me, short to the ground. Like on Brother, Where Art Thou? Where for woman? Yeah, this is been garage kept in a pole barn on a concrete floor, so I'm surprised it came apart as much as it has. It's been sitting out in the weather over here, but
they might have got some of that concrete we got though.
yeah, it's been dried. Yeah, we paid $20,000 for a concrete floor when we lived down here in our shop, and the concrete never dried. When it rained, the floor would sweat. My paint booth, the bottom of my paint booth was rotten. The bottom of the powder coating oven was rotten. Anything that would sit on the floor would wind up in water when it rained, just like if it not even had a roof on it.
And the roof didn't leak.
No.
The concrete did.
But the shop burnt down, so I guess the concrete's cured now.
And this was our old shop where we moved from in Georgia. We were told that...
Until it blowed up.
Yeah, we were told it exploded. We don't know. We haven't been back there.
Alright, I gotta go get a wrench. Unless there's one laying over here.
No.
I'll be right back. Well, we got a clutch. That's the start. Now when you get a brake to work, you'll be doing good. Ouch. These heels are rough on the kneecaps, knee bones.
And then those sweet gum balls will make you fall in a heartbeat on this concrete, and the driveway is sloped down. Downhill.
Well, there's no fluid coming out of that one.
No fluid in that one.
No fluid in that one.
No. Only means one thing, huh?
Yeah.
What? They ain't got no fluid in it.
It's got fluid in it.
Not back there, they don't. I just filled it up with brake fluid though before I turned the camera back on.
It just means we're either going to stop the brake hose, or we got a whole bunch of other problems. The way my luck goes, we probably got a whole bunch of other problems.
Probably.
Got brand new tires on it. And these tires was from 2005.
The tag on it is 2006.
So that's how long it has been sitting.
So now, is this Bill's?
No, this is Richardson's.
Oh, okay. I thought this might have been just one he bought to fix up for himself.
That thing beside you over there. Both of them things beside you is, and then
Or what?
his.
So both of those are his?
Yep.
And the Thunderbird.
And the Thunderbird and the 56. And then there's a Pontiac sitting over there. Now we just gotta get it crank up and run and see if they do work, right?
Yeah, I can get some gas with that settable.
Okay, well the back brakes, the brake. So after you're adjusting, it looks like you've got brakes, huh?
Yep.
All of them bled out.
All of them blew out, so we ain't gonna replace no wheel cylinders. Well, I ain't gonna say that right yet. I don't think we're gonna replace no wheel cylinder. So now we're gonna take the settling bowl off, fill it full of gas, pour a little bit down the carburetor and see if it will crank.
Did Bill haul it over here?
He had hauled, yeah. You got a battery post cleaner, Mr. Bill?
Yes, sir.
Well, I think they're gonna get some gas. Battery post cleaner, as you heard, and he'll be right back to see if this thing will fire up.
What did I do with it? Yeah, it smells like gas.
Well, that's a start. I had a guy one time when we sold batteries come bought a battery from me.
Yeah.
He stayed gone about an hour and a half because the battery. He goes, that battery you sold me ain't no good. What do you mean? He says, dead. It's dead. How do we send no dead batteries? I said, no way it's dead. Yeah, it's dead. Has no fire in it whatsoever.
He didn't clean his post.
No, he didn't take the stupid red cap off of it.
Oh, okay.
But I just had got onto the high amp battery man because he wouldn't come to change the rack out.
Yeah.
So I had some batteries that was
I'll let you finish tightening that to what you wanted.
dead.
You know, let you squirt what you want in it, you know. And I didn't know if you could fill that up or not.
Yeah.
And then I'll let you take the wild
Wild ride.
ride in it, yeah.
I am uphill. You'll be good.
Yeah, you're going straight for that tree up there.
I guess I'll be coming back down doing body work then, won't I? All right. Well, you got ATI distributor points.
I think that one's got points.
Yeah, it's got points. Maybe it'll fire without having to sand them. Probably not. Move over, horse.
I didn't know if it was that. I'll give you a boost here. Go ahead. places with you?
Yeah, we can.
And just start putting this guy.
Harley?
Well, excuse me, that's the
Wrong pedal.
Wrong foot, wrong foot.
You just tell me when to fire in the hole.
All right.
That was easy.
Yeah. This is $2.05.
This one sounds like a sewing machine too.
Yeah. All of them do. Except for the ones that's got battery bearings and the bottles knocked out of them.
He's gonna go get a pin for the accelerator or a target key for the accelerator. But it's running. Well, he's trying out the brakes, so this is his first drive in 20 years. And it cut off. It said no. It started right back up. Let's hope we have brakes here, because if he drives it down this hill, he's gonna need them. It is. You're good. Looks like only the driver's side front brake is working. So I think they're going to eventually put it on the lift and check the rest of them out.
Well, it runs and stops. We can't test drive it because if we drive off this hill, it will never come back up here again.
And it ain't rolling.
Yeah. I got it in gear.
Okay. So, yeah. Well,
So, hey, that's pretty good improvement from what it was.
Oh yeah. Yeah. One thing you do is you got to move that.
One brake beats no brake.
Once you get brakes on it,
Yeah.
take the lawnmower and pull it backwards.
Yeah.
Use the brake and then
So I guess they're gonna figure out what they're gonna move up there
out of the way.
to get this closer to the building or to the lift.
If something goes wrong.
Yeah.
Well, this is the truck bed off of the truck we was just checking the brakes and all on. It's been painted and they're gonna wet sand it and buff it. Or
Yeah.
yeah. Got to wet sand and buff. We've done wet sand, this has got to be buff polished out. And then over the years somebody put a metal floor in it and did away with the wood floor. So, well, the wood floor is still up under it.
Yeah. The wood floor is still on.
Yeah. Don't know why they did something like that, Brian.
I don't even.
But yeah, it's getting a minor makeover. It's going back to the same color. Everything's going to be the same, other than it's just going to be a fresh paint job to get rid of some of the rust issues that's popping back up. And then it'll go back to its rightful owner for them to do. Put it back in the barn for another 20 years.
That's about what it's going to set. Yeah.
So what's the plan for it next, since you only have one brake working?
We're going to get the T-Bird master cylinder. That's what I got in my hand right here. Gonna get this put on a T-Bird, but we need a brake drum for it, so we can't adjust the brakes, but we're gonna get them bled out. We got to find the HEI module, because the module we got for it is for a bigger diameter distributor. So we got to find the module that has the right camber plate on it for the small distributor, and then that'll be up and running. We just still got to find that front brake drum for it. But once we get that to where the brakes are bled out, we can't adjust them, but we're gonna get the air out of them, get that done, and we're gonna get a green truck up here. And here's all new wheel cylinders for it, because the wheel cylinders on it have got rust in them. The whole system had rust in it. So we're gonna put new wheel cylinders all the way around that one, but we got to get it to the lift first. So we're going to put the master cylinder on this, bleed this out, and then we'll play the switcheroo game. So we'll be right back with you. would back up that hill with no weight on the back of it.
Bring this and back the boot right here then.
Yeah.
The way that frame went up now, it looks like it's going to be about straight across.
Yeah. Close to it.
I got, let's see, I need one, some more.
That's about right there.
Alright, today he's going to be putting wheel cylinders on this one. He bled the brakes the other day and still didn't have one brake working, so got it up on the lift and he's going to be putting those on now. Uh-oh.
You got enough on that chip to do a front brake and back brake.
On this one?
Yeah, by turning it off and on.
Yeah. Alright, well, the truck ended up needing brake shoes all the way around it, so we'll video him taking them off of the front passenger side here.
Also, somebody put the brake shoes on it backwards. You notice the long shoes on the front and the short shoes on the back? That's backwards. Long shoe always goes in the back because the torque of the vehicle rolling forward. If you got the short shoe back there, like right here, you see I broke the top of the shoe off, chipped it.
Let me see.
Because that shoe won't fill up the void. See how it's wore down and says got a jagged edge on it? I don't know if you see it on camera, but
might not be able to.
But you always want your long shoe on the back. If you're doing brake shoes, you always want to put the long shoe on the back. But what's it causes it to do is when you're going down the road and you're coming to a stop, right when it gets to the stop, it's going to try and lock the tire up because it gets in a bind.
We've got to wait on the parts to get here. Bill had to run to town and get those.
So I'm going to tear this apart. Because we got to get back home to Tennessee to make y'all some more videos. We're running out of things down here. Well,
not really.
we're not running out of things down here, but we're running out of things down here to do for us. This makes a little bit of money, but...
Well, a couple of things we're still waiting on additional parts for.
Yeah.
So it's either wait another week here to finish up, like the Thunderbird, for example, or...
But 9 times out of 10, your brake adjuster goes towards the back of the vehicle as well. And another easy way to look at it to tell is there's your adjuster hole. So when you go to line the adjuster back in the hole, back in the brake shoes, just make sure the adjuster's in line with that hole. Because if it's the other way, it's going to be a pain to adjust it. And I hope he's bringing me all the right parts, and this adjuster's locked up. That's another problem you have. So you have to spray it down. And hope for the best. Now he wants to put stripes on that hood that goes on a Chevelle. He wants me to help him with that.
It's not a good day to paint though today.
No, my help just don't let me hold. I do a whole bunch of activity things. So when I come around, they try and get as much out of me as they can. Dang near about to kill me. And that's not nice at all. Because he ain't got no heater or nothing. I mean, no torches. So next best thing is you take this, you put a little, stand it up to where the threads are going downhill. You squirt just a little bit of PB Blaster or whatever you use in it, and you put it against a solid surface. What that does is it lets the creep down in the threads. Hence its name, creep.
Hence its name, stuck.
Yeah. Hence its name. Pissed me off.
Junk.
But if you ever use vice grips or anything to squeeze these, do not squeeze that cylinder, because that is where your threads go and you egg shape it. When you do, your cylinder will never screw back up in there. So just squeeze it on its butt. And that'll give you leverage to do what you need to do. Just like so. And there you have it, kids. Tricks are for kids. And you can see the threads are wet, so the stuff did go down in there. Just like we wanted it to. But you always screw it all the way out. And rather where it was not adjusted, you want to clean those threads off with a sandpaper or something. Because if you don't, when you screw it back in there, you just jam all that rust right back up in the hole where you just got it out of. A little FYI.
So he's replacing the brake caliper now. Is that the new one you're putting on or taking off? I can't.
New one I'm putting on, but
over.
we don't have no lines, so I'm having to babysit this line. But it ain't gonna work because when this tightens up, it's gonna tighten up down. That's gonna twist the line.
So now we gotta have new lines. Well,
I don't have time for new lines, so we gotta make this one work. So I'm I'm gonna see if I can back it off and make it start 180 out. Okay, so that's where it turned loose at. So if we can make it come around and start right there. Nope, this ain't gonna do it. Nope. Well, at least we ain't upside down. We're somewhat right side up. That's gonna twist the brake line around horribly. We'll let the next person worry about the brake lines, on the only thing I can say.
Well, Bill can order some.
Your bolt's got a wide spot in the washer, and you take advantage of that by bending it over the square side of the bolt. When you put it back in there to lock it in place, acts as a lock washer.
Well, nobody had those rubber lines in stock today,
Nope.
so he'll have to order them.
And amazingly, AutoZone had the brake shoes all the way around it, so that's kind of odd, but okay.
Well, we're hoping they're correct.
Yeah, they're on their way. We'll find out here in a few minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But anyhow.
All right, well, there's that. We'll move on to the next step.
Yep, because I ain't got nothing to put back on, so all I can do is just
Stand here and look silly.
stand here. What?
Hey.
That's your job.
Hey, I didn't say who.
Two of us can't have the same job.
Sure we can.
One knows how to get fired.
I quit.
I'll be dang. I get to quit first. Camera lady gets to video me quitting, and then she can quit later.
Oh, okay.
Drop set on my ring.
It's time to quit.
It was dinner time. Ding, ding, ding.
All right, what are you doing on this side? You taking the whole assembly out, or?
Yeah, I tried to knock the rivets right there out of the other one, but the drum was locked on too tight, so we're just going to go ahead and just take this off this way and be done with it. That way we ain't got to worry about it. I don't know who did this before, but they tighten everything just tight as you can tighten it. That's the wrong thing to do. You don't never tighten that nut tight. Well, you can, but you're gonna have issues.
Or the next person will, like you.
Yeah.
Seems like you get all the issues.
I was born with them.
True, but
Family tradition.
different kind of issues. What I'm talking about.
Oh, same thing. There's still problems nobody else wanted. Family tradition. Just got to keep it going that way. Nobody gets let down in life.
Well, Bill is back, so we'll see in just a minute if they're the right brake shoes or not.
If I had to guess, I would say not.
It sounds like you brought somebody with him. There's Bill with the brake line. The brake line on the back has got to be replaced like he did the Thunderbird.
Somebody put this one on right. Put the long shoe in the back on this. That'll not kill nobody. No more than once. News at 11. Person develops broke leg. It's developmental issues. I always take a greasy rag, which I don't have one right now, and wrap around that. Because otherwise, the big belly gonna bump into it, and you're gonna have grease every finger. But
Let me get you one.
some of you folks out there may not have that problem. He's got a hangover. Two springs, two keepers, one keeper going. Keep her down, keep her down. Two keepers. God, I can't hang on nothing with arthritis. Awful driving is the best thing not to have.
So somebody did this side right, got tired when they got to the other side and just threw them on. Close their eyes.
But the wheel cylinders look atrocious.
Look at all that.
So that's no bueno. Not up on your Spanish, that means no bueno. I mean, yeah. Don't know what it means.
Alright, well, let's go check out these new brake shoes and see if they're the right ones or not.
See, this just here is locked up too. So we're gonna have to play our little unsticky tricky on it too. Uh-oh. That one was easy. Now just the other end. No, that ain't gonna work. Alright, well, we've got to go do something different on this one, and we'll be back again.
Well, do those look right?
They look like misery to me. Anything's possible in this here world.
Once I'm just gonna set up here.
They look right. So that's a start. Now, anybody on YouTube or land want to come put them on for me?
Pardon?
Probably not.
I was talking to the camera.
Oh, I keep forgetting about that.
We're going crazy again today, Mr. Bill. Talking to ourselves, walking around looking silly.
So the parts were right.
Yep.
Well, that's good.
For once, we got right equipment. So Scott said he was going to watch the channel. So Scott, if you're watching the channel, you gave us the right equipment. And if Scott's not watching the channel, somebody goes to Madison to AutoZone, let him know. Okay, I freed this one up when y'all wasn't looking. Like I said, look for your window in the bottom of the back of the brake drum. And it's best to put this spring on first and then put this on, because otherwise you're going to fight with yourself trying to get this to hook up. So we just hook that spring in place like so. Put that in there like so. And then it's together.
I saw fluid leaking. It's leaking out of that.
It's leaking out of the other side of where we got took apart. And then you just adjust this out. And you also might want to check your drum, because this one here's got some surface rust in it, so you get a piece of sandpaper. I forgot a piece I've been using in the trash can. And just knock your rust out of it, because if you don't, that'll scar up your new shoes. And you won't be accomplished nothing. Get the rust knocked out of it. Because that little rise in it right there, that'll throw your adjustment off. If that rust is in the middle of your shoe when you go to adjust your brakes out, you'll allow for that. And then you have a free spot and a hard spot. Okay, and it's ready to be fitted to the truck. We got too much tolerance in it, so I always like to take and go ahead and adjust it since I got easy access right here. If you'll take a screwdriver and hold that spring up. Hold on a screwdriver. I had to walk around the shop. If you take a screwdriver and put a little bit of pressure on that spring upwards, you get it off your adjuster and your adjuster will turn easier. So then you're not fighting with the spring and all. Just always make sure your adjuster's seated in its place. Oh man. Still too much play in it. My fingers ain't as tough as they used to be. It hurts my fingers to do this anymore. And even though the adjuster was adjusted to a certain length and you didn't turn your drums and you think you didn't lose no material, the shoes ain't always the same thickness as what you took off. So even though the shoes you took off was wore out, the new ones may not be the same thickness as they were wore out. So you can't always go by that. Just remember on drums, on your back brakes, you always want to leave them just a little tighter than you do your front ones.
Is that for burnouts?
No, it stops you from doing burnouts, but it stops you from losing control. Because if you tighten the front ones up tighter than you do the back ones, when you go slam on brakes, the front brakes gonna lock.
You're gonna be skirting.
And these don't have anti-lock brakes, so. What is the deal, Pickle? I cannot see what I want to be seeing. Okay, so the shoe's a little too tight now. So we went from one extreme to another. I got just a little bit of resistance. Don't really still spin. And then once you adjust them, I mean, once you mash the brake once or twice, they'll find their happy home and they'll be good to go. So all you want is just a little bit of resistance and you're good to go.
And move on to the next side.
Move on to the next side.
Well, as you can see, Dark has called us out here tonight. So he's got all of the other brake shoes put on. This is the last one. So I think we're just going to end the video here before it gets any darker.
Yep.
So we appreciate y'all watching. Don't forget, like, share, comment, subscribe, and check out the second channel at Dixie Customs Extra, and y'all follow along with us because we'll be bringing you some more videos soon. Well, we finally got the new brake lines, so we're back up here installing those today. Is that all that you have left to do on this one for right now?
Yep, parking brakes and this. And these brake lines key in different, so
yeah, that's the old ones there that you've.
Yeah, that's the ones we took out. And this is the ones we're sticking back together. Comes factory with hair on it. Did you find a rotor knob for the Thunderbird, Mr. Bill? I mean a drum?
No, I haven't even ordered one, and no, I ain't had time to mess with that, no, because of that other canister and stuff.
Yeah.
Plus, I wanted to see that fuel pump that's on it, so I make sure I get the right one.
Yeah.
And them lines. And I was fixing to bleed these brakes right here, and that, and I got what. I just had to leave the jack there and go.
Yeah, since the last video, he's had a hospital visit. He went on vacation for a day or two.
Mm-hmm.
Get fluids. Can't leave him alone for very long. You never know what he'd get into.
I had to support the county hospital.
Yeah, that's support the county hospital. Support the locals.
Yeah.
I come
So
up with
did you
other
get
ways
that
to
one on
support
there?
the locals. Yeah. Yeah, that one installed. So move over here to the other one.
You went around to the front?
Yeah.
Well, I'll see if I can take a shortcut. You went the long way around.
Well, I was walking around to make sure everything was still
Yeah.
copacetic. Or something like that. So this one here, it's like it might have had some.
See if I can come on around here. Okay.
Some doings to it. I like I bump it around the wrong way and it can lock in, but it ain't gonna work.
So you don't have the old one off yet?
Not yet. When you got a line or anything that's seized up,
You just throw your wrench on the floor.
if you'll tighten it just a little bit first, or don't tighten it, just turn it like you're tightening it first, and then loosen off. It'll break the rust or whatever's in it free. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. This time, I think we lucked up on this one too.
You got a pretty dirt gobbler's nest right there.
Yeah. That's a quadrupleplex.
Yeah.
All of them share the same power bill.
Townhouses.
Yeah. There's some Lincoln lockers there. Still Lincoln logs. So, yeah, we didn't get no more parts for the Thunderbird, so I guess this time down, all we're gonna do is this here brake job and get it back on the ground. We got it running and driving before, it just didn't have good brakes on it. So y'all seen that in the past video.
Not in the past video. It'll be the beginning of this
Well,
video.
the beginning of this video then.
Yeah.
Y'all seen it somewhere.
Yeah, I didn't split this video in 2 parts. So it should just be one.
We got an excitement video coming up. It's going to be split into about 700 parts. And with these, they do not offer the brass washer with them, which is kind of odd, but they don't come with a new brass washer. So you either got to reuse your old one or buy one separate. Just so happens these stuck on there, so we're just going to reuse these. Alright, right until it fell off. Alright, well, we're going to stick it back on there and reuse it again. But it didn't come with them new. So you have to reuse the old ones. Which don't hurt nothing, but the amount of money stuff costs anymore, looks like it give you everything you need.
You would think.
Yeah. One would think. No better than the think. They don't pay off. And hold on to your garbage when you're on Wind Mountain, because it'll be the neighbors. It got rough up there at our house.
Very rough.
About everything we owned was the neighbors. Literally, because their neighbor stuff was blowing our yard. Stick that on and you start your, before you ever attach your line, you start your hard line in. That way you can move everything around. And once you get started, get your hard line lined up. Put the key back in it and smack it. And away you go. One more fine job by the mobile mechanics. We got a big old fancy shop, and we just ride around fixing our belt stuff in the yard. So if you have a project you start and you can't finish it, be sure to call somebody else. Oh, that was mean. Yeah. See ya.
Oh, well. Got the 2 front ones on there. So that didn't take long. See if I can get around this way.
Now we just got to put the parking brake cables on. That's going to be entertaining in itself.
A little quicker today than you was last time.
Yeah. Just a little bit. Dang. I got took out by a bumbling bee.
Sound like airplane. Alright, so you're putting the parking brake on back here?
Yeah, we're gonna put the parking brake on, and yeah, didn't get that lucky.
What happened?
I gotta take the shoes back off. Sometimes you push that spring in and they'll release themselves. Sometimes you can't.
So you had to go over to the service truck.
And I'll let you leave this up to your imagination as to which ones these are gonna be. It's gonna be the Kents. So we get to go through all this again.
At least you'll know how to do it again. Refresh your memory.
Well, I already knew how to do it. I don't need no refresher courses.
Well, ain't gonna hurt you.
Just the one-time courses is good enough for me. That's fixing to all go twing, fly everywhere. Just to get to that right there. Okay. Well, if that looks simple, it wasn't. Now you just take a 1/2 inch wrench and you slide it over your brake line there. And you twist it,
See if
and
I can see better on this.
all these little paws right here that holds your parking brake cable in place. Just take a 1/2 inch wrench, slide it over it. In this case, it's 9/16, and you twist it. Just like so, and they fight you tooth and nail. Now get a 14mm. Hold that. Oh, well, wait a minute. Check your brake lines before you do that, because these may not have them on. If they don't, you got to reuse them so don't get too rough with it. Nope, it don't have it on it. Okay, more new hardware without all the hardware. Okay. So in this instance,
let's see from this angle, if we can.
you don't want to get too rough with it because you got to reuse that.
There.
So what we're going to do is, they come two different ways. Some of them have 2 locks, some of them have 1. This in here has the 2. So that there is what's sticking through the backing plate. No, these are the wrong ones, Mr. Bill. Oh, we can make them work. These are the wrong ones. I gotta cut that right there off. I can make them work. I just gotta cut that retainer off.
You need a whiz wheel?
Yeah. On some of these this will bolt to your backing plate like that, and your cable will run through it. But the way ours is set up is it's got the spring lock on it. So you can use that, but you got to drill 2 bolt holes in it. But in order to get to that, you got to take the axle out, and I ain't interested in doing that. So we're going to do it this way. Stay. That way I ain't got to fight with all that. So go back to the old wrench trick. So we just got to be careful with our. This works better if it's a 6.
You want me to run the cord back there or just plug it in here?
Just plug it in there. I'll come up there and use it. Just so I can find the 9/16 6-point ratchet. Socket of a wrench. Okay. You slide your 14mm over. You slide your 9/16 over, and you push with your 9/16 and twist with the 14mm. And it collapses each one of those ears. And in doing so, it makes it easier to slide out. If you got a 6-point wrench, it's easier to do with. But I just use 14. I use a 9/16 for leverage, because that gave me more of something to push on. And up here, you just pull your pin out.
Hold it. You get up here.
You ain't gonna be able to see it.
I wasn't sure what you're doing. You're not gonna be able to see.
It's loose. It just won't come out. You know, we should have done this morning. The sun's shining right here.
Mm-hmm.
Get some PB Blaster or something. Just about out. Oh, okay. Alright.
Some big blaster too.
Oh, I got some. Got a blood blister in the process too. Just a little much difference. Alright, as long as this is the same, we'll make the rest of it work. That's just where from this is stuck, it won't slide no more. So they're about the same. So take this here off and save it because we're going to reuse it on the next one. Nope, they're going to be different because that one's going to have a square. Yep, so that ain't going to work. Yep, them backers ain't going to work, Mr. Bill. Even if I cut this off, even if I take this off this one to put on that one, I'm not going to have enough room. So that's braided on there, pinched on there.
Yeah. Oh, you got to go back to there, huh?
Yep.
Okay, is this it looks like it's stretched down some.
Yeah, it is. But that one there is just longer altogether.
Yeah. But I meant with the rest of it stretched
Yeah,
down,
that
it
yeah,
should be.
yeah, it should be the same. Yeah.
Yeah. So. So you can't get that clip on here, huh?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I guess so.
Scott's out for 2 weeks.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he had to have some kind of dental surgery.
Oh, well, I guess I had that other boy do it then.
But if we can get the front brakes, we can get all the brakes bled out and adjusted and put together, then we can do this even after you get done doing standing on it and all like that. I can do this at any time.
Okay.
So at least it'll be to where to stop and it'll roll and stop and you can move it around.
Well, it might as well just leave that off, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to.
Yeah.
And I'll go and take the other one out too. That way we'll have both of them out.
Yeah.
Because I had to take the other one off anyhow because it was binding up the. It wouldn't let me adjust the brakes.
Yeah.
So, ends up that was the wrong one after all, so I'm not going to get this one finished today either. He said he's gonna go ahead and take the driver's side line off too. That way it'll be ready. And Bill will have to go exchange those out and get the right one ordered.
I think Bill just likes us coming down here to Georgia's what it is.
That's right. You leave, I get sick.
He gets sick of seeing us here, and then when we leave, he gets sick of us being gone.
So see, that was a refresher course. Now you're just putting it all back together.
Yeah. One more time. Just to take it apart later on one more time. Anytime you take them off, always make sure that your cross winds up in the hollow hole, not in the shiny hole, because the shiny hole releases it.
Oh, not the shiny hole.
Yeah. So you'll be done all this and put it together and stomped on your brakes, and you won't be had none.
So the shiny hole will release it?
Shiny hole is what is the open. Shiny hole is the clear hole for the pin to come out.
Yeah.
The void hole is metal, so you can't see through it. So it ain't that it's shiny, it's just that one of them's hollow and one of them ain't.
Yeah, I wasn't seeing anything shiny, so I wasn't sure what you were talking about.
You seen this spring somewhere?
No. It's not in there with that shop rag.
No. I found it. It rolled all the way to the back of the truck. Just trying to make a clean getaway. It works for it. Gotta be faster than that. And then we're leaving here. We're gonna go do another job off on the other end of town. And what's so strange, we don't call nobody and tell them we're coming to town. We just show up and then everybody starts calling. We're first calling on the way here one. And just remember, you always want your back brakes just to be just a little bit tighter than the front one. Otherwise, you will wind up in a ditch somewhere on a county road near you.
Hello.
You hear the drag in it? That's what you want.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so now we're just gonna hold off till we get the other parts.
I'm gonna take the one off this side. I'm gonna bleed the brakes out. Now we're gonna get it back rolling and driving. So let's see that, and that's mine.
That's what he said. Yeah. Talked to him this morning.
We'll take the other side out.
Taking the parking brake
Take the
line
parking
off.
brake off this side. That way we're done with tearing it down to, I mean, the parking brake's already disconnected. I just gotta take the line out. So I ain't gotta take the shoes off this side. All I gotta do is just push the 2 wrenches up on it. Yeah, Mr. Bill, this is his hobby time here. He used to do taxidermy work, as y'all seen in one of the other videos. He got burned out on that, so now he started fooling with old cars. He blames that on me. That one broke. Car key. Come off. All the way. So, that means it's going to want to fight the whole way out.
Of course.
Get my vice grips off the other side.
Ooh. B just hit me inside the head.
A bee?
Bee.
A bumbling
Wasp, something.
Well, I'll be.
You got some mean ones out here. They don't just sting you, they hit you first.
Knock you out. Mm. Well, we may have trouble with this one. All the way around.
You have to get you a chair and get up under there so you can.
I think when I get torches.
Oh gosh.
Yep. Yep, that one there haven't come out. We're going to bring torches back next time we come.
Well,
We batting zero.
roadblocks every which way you go on this one today.
Afraid of a PB blaster, normally it loosens it up. You can hear anything on that. Nope. So,
I can see up under there.
huh?
I said I don't think I can see up under there.
Give me that nice shovel. Alright, that's the pin right there we're trying to get out. And it just has a carter key in the bottom of it, but this one's rusted. The line and all's rusted, so I'm going to have to put some heat on it. Since we don't got no heat, I have to do it when we come back. So, we just disconnect this out of the truck. You just bumped their head on the thing.
I did.
Half of them got headaches. But I can go ahead and do this while I'm here. Slide your wrench over, because like I said last time, I disconnected this one because I couldn't adjust the brakes. So, slide the wrench over like so. And I'll take the other wrench, because that way I got leverage. Like so. And then I just push. What is it? 14?
And you just block their view.
Yep. Then I just have to imagine what happens
Yeah.
next.
At least you can see.
Something.
the areas that we're working with here. Okay, do what you gotta do.
Like I said, normally you can turn that wrench. It's easier to do it with a 6-point than it is 12-point.
My side must be rusty too.
It's clear, it ought to come out. Oh, could be because I was using 13mm wrench, I reckon.
I'll tell you what.
I'm blind in one eye, can't see out the other. I'm blind in both eyes, you can't see pretty.
Ta-da!
There you go. But those little fingers right there stick out what holds it in, and when you push the wrench down over it, you collapse them fingers. Like I said, with a 6-point, a 6-point would hit each one of them. 12 points, you have to turn it and get the high spots of your wrench to actually find the sweet spot. But anyhow, that's how that works.
Well, at least you don't have to take these brake shoes off.
Yeah. Anytime you're bleeding your brakes, if you don't put some lug nuts to hold your shoes on, your drums on, when you bleed the brakes, these springs right here is the only thing that holds your shoe to the backing plate. Just in 2 springs there. So when you mash your brakes and you don't have the drum bolted on, the shoes do like that. And when they do, they push your drum off, and you'll have one side adjusted and bled and the other side adjusted and bled, and you walk to the front and it kicks the shoe off. When it does, it blows all your fluid out of your wheel cylinder. Then you got to start all over again. So it's better, and it'll do it without it running, without it rolling, because like I said, when you push that out, when you mash the brakes and it pushes out on your wheel cylinder, it makes your shoes move, and when it makes shoes move, your drum walks off. Ask me how I know. A little bird told me.
Yeah, 58 GMC.
Yeah.
Bluebird.
Bluebird. Well, we're going to stick the tires on it and put some fluid in it. And get them bled out.
Well, it's got all the wheels and tires back on, so now you're bleeding the brakes because I had walked away.
Yeah.
Got your trusty helper there, like you had in the Thunderbird.
Yeah. Now what you do is use crack your bleeders and let them free bleed. And you'll see fluid start to come out of them. You'll see air bubbles first, then you'll see fluid. Because with your drum brakes, they have a residual valve in the master cylinder, which this one only has one line on it because it's all drums, but it's got a residual valve, and that keeps it from pulling all the fluid back up from the wheel cylinders. And your disc brakes have residual valves too, but one of them, the disc brakes, is got a lower residual valve than the drum brakes do, because the disc brakes don't have any springs involved. They retreat under friction. So whenever you let off your brakes, what makes the piston on the caliper suck back in is the friction of the disc, of the brake pads spinning on the disc. It forces them back apart. But back here, you've seen all the springs we took off, so the springs pull the shoes back together, which forces the fluid back up there. So this has got to have a greater residual resistance, because otherwise it would just skeet all the fluid out of the wheel cylinder back up to the master cylinder. Little tip of the day, if that helps you out. So I could have helped you. If it didn't,
Well, did we have any brake
tried.
fluid coming out?
It bubbled a little bit. I'm gonna do the other side. You always want to do the further side away first. But just to start, you want to make sure both of them's getting fluid. This one here don't have no fluid in it, so I'll go pump it 1 or 2 more times just to get the fluid back through the line. Put a little bit more brake fluid in. Because all the lines are dry, so we got to fill all of them back up.
Alright, so he's putting some more brake
No, I
fluid
got
in.
them. I'm just letting it. We'll let it gravity bleed first, and then we'll let it down, and we'll do the final pump.
Okay.
But I just got to get fluid back in the lines again where it sit here and all of it drained out.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna crack his front bleeder screw. It's air locked. There's a reason my back ones ain't bleeding. I say we're gonna crack it. I'm gonna have to look right there and see if it's coming out. I can't see.
I'm gonna take my glasses off. So.
Coming out right there. About there.
Nope. That's not even turning. Now it is.
Coming out.
No, it turned, but nothing's coming out.
About now.
Mm-mm. There it goes.
Okay, yeah.
Right, but well, it sounds like he's improving, so we think that you should be fine.
Came out then.
Okay.
Something did. I didn't have my head back there. Camera was though.
Maybe they can tell
But
us
it
what
went.
happened.
Whew.
Maybe they can tell us what happened.
I'm glad I wasn't standing in there.
9:45 or something, like 5 to 10 next Wednesday. You know.
Or do it from this side when you can't see what you're
I'll
doing.
be out of this, what you call it, lockers, tomorrow. What do I got?
So maybe
I got one or two.
maybe one of them can message in and tell us what we did wrong.
And then
I'm sure somebody will.
I'll go back on that regular antibody.
Okay, that's got tight. Let's see if we can pump it up and go back here to the back and see what we got.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna leave that up.
Oh.
that back where you at?
I'm still at the front. This back corner back here,
Yeah.
passenger.
Yeah.
All right. I was about to come around front. Going the wrong way. Let's see what we got. Nothing.
I can see this and we.
Okay.
That ain't nice because we got a firm brake pedal and we ain't got no fluid back here. So what that means is this rubber line up here stopped up. Boy, oh boy. There's nothing coming out of that one.
No.
So what it means is this rubber line right here, wherever it is, right there, is bad.
Well, you'll have to add that to his list.
But the way you can test it is you go right here where your brake line's joined to it,
Well,
and you crack a line.
crack a leg in line.
See if you got a brake fluid coming out of it.
Okay.
If you don't,
Well, I can't see.
and we don't. So that means this rubber line's bad. Yep. There's no fluid whatsoever coming out of that.
Hopefully you can see it. Not sure.
Let me crack it right here. You step right there. You can walk on that side right there.
Yeah.
There's a video of this.
Okay.
If I crack this one, fluid ought to come out from the cab. And it's going to twist off because that whole thing's turning. Always something. Wrench up here so I can get a pinch grip on them. Yep, so the fluid come out up here. So it ain't going through that rubber line right there. So
Move your hand out of the way a little bit. There we go. Maybe you can see.
So all the fluid come out there and nothing came out down there at the bottom. So that line right there is bad. And that's how you can check your rubber lines. If you got a wheel cylinder just locking and not releasing, if you'll turn down at the brake at your wheel cylinder, if you unloosen it there and if it lets fluid out and turns free, that means it ain't your caliper. If you pump it up again and let your fluid out at the top of your line where it is closest to the master cylinder and it don't turn free, then you know it's the line. So that's where you can test it without just
Disassembling everything.
guessing it. But no guess on this one. That one is no good. So
Take it back around the frame and out.
but we have front brakes.
And that's about as far as we're gonna get.
Yeah. Well, y'all seen this one run and drive, so we're gonna go ahead and release this video to you because it's been sitting since, I don't forget what the date code was on the tires, but 2006 was the last time it was tagged. That's when it was restored and he parked it in a barn and all the brakes went south. So we showed you putting the brakes on, showed it stopping before we put the brakes on. So if we can get all the new lines and everything, we might do a little short follow-up of it, but for right now, I think it's pretty much successful what we tried to do. That it will run and drive. So we're going to see if we can get the 56 that y'all seen us bring in on the other video. We got it up here on top of the hill and we're going to see if we can get it to fire off. We're not going to try and run and drive it, we're just going to see if we can get it running. So let's see what we can do with it. 6 we drug in. This is 56 that y'all seen us haul in another video. So we don't know nothing about it. He bought it up under the barn. So we're going to see if we can get it running. We're not going to drive it, we're just going to see if we can get it to crank up.
There ain't much left in that, no. But I think I got some gas in this bucket over here.
Oh yeah. Get some elevation to it.
I hate it because all these nice days and I can't. In case you have to take your butt over your hand.
It's all pretty days you been sitting there in the house.
Yeah. And these next ones too, but
Well, that's got the same carburetor the 57's got on it. Old Rochester. Well, he got water in it there.
huh?
I guess I can get water in it there.
Does it?
Looks like it.
It may have got some in over there going in it. No.
I guess we'll find out here in a second. Yeah. It's got some water in it. So.
I got the top for it there.
it may not be as conductive as we thought it was going to be, or productive, or however you want to put it. So always take the hand you got gas on and arc 2 wires together.
Yeah.
And then we're going to mash the start key.
Is that in gear or when it kick in gear?
Just straight shift, ain't it?
No, it's automatic.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to do something. Yeah, there we go. Nice and parked.
Wow.
Well, I had both of them on
Chop blocks, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Wheels were chalked, just it was in gear.
yeah. We started getting oil pressure. I seen it run up the tube here. About the time the car decided it wanted to run off the. Well, they didn't lie to you about it running.
I guess I done okay for $3,000.
Yeah. The old guy said it ran, but you didn't have no brakes on it. So. We get to do more brake work. And that's another one of them cotton picking plastic top brake master cylinders that somebody run the ears off of. Oh, that was loose.
Yeah, I loosened it up.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I was checking the fluid, so I guess they can put some fluid in it.
Well, let's see how much oil pressure we got. Fire in the hole. We got 50 pounds of oil pressure.
Okay, that's good enough. The rest never stops now, so be good enough. No, unless you get that, I still can't. I tell you. Yeah.
Bill says anytime I tighten anything, you gotta take 2 pair of vice grips and a hammer to get it off.
Well, nowadays,
That's true.
I ain't got no muscle strength at all now and everything, you know. So, and that, no. But
Do you want to pour brake fluid in and let it set and see?
I've got brake fluid in it.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, it should be full of brake fluid.
No. It's about halfway down.
Oh, you need some more in it?
Let's see what it'll do. See if we can get it to respond at all. Feel resistance, so I'm probably bleed it and get it to come alive.
Well, that's what I was gonna do, was loosen them up and
Let it weep.
Let them weep, you know.
No.
And that, but I couldn't do it. I just rushed the jack there and went back to the house, you know.
Oh yeah, we're gonna need some brake fluid now. I got some right here, Mr. Bill.
Oh, okay.
Well, it did start up, so that's a good thing. These red wasps are everywhere out here today.
Yeah, the guy told him it would start and run, but we didn't ever notice. So.
What size engine that look like?
Probably a 283 because it's got the small harmonic balancer.
Well, that's what I was fixing to ask you if it wasn't. It looked small like 283, you
Yeah.
know. And that, no.
But we can get that stupid brake cap just by determine it. Don't want to do nothing. We can get a pencil and piece of paper.
Yeah.
And I can get the number right here off of the back of the block. We can tell what it is.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't worry about that.
Oh, we can send our friendly viewers down there with the camera
Yeah.
and get them to get them off for us. Just stick the camera back here and let it
Well,
see what it says.
I got one of them cameras with the light thing to go.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I'll go down your tank and
Yeah.
engine. Yeah.
I hear you. I ain't got one of them. You done got all fancy and stuff.
Yeah, the other thing that I did.
Well, all right. Well, the front wheel cylinder's on it. The bleeder screws are broke out of it, so we got to round up some more parts for this one. But you did get to hear it run. and it does have a 2-speed power glide transmission in it, and it was in gear. So if it would have run very long, it would have run off. But anyhow,
Original transmission.
yeah, it's got original transmission in it.
Rear end.
And we looked the numbers up for the motor, and it's 283. So he's got a 3.2 carburetor, 3.2 intake setup. He's going to put on with 3 2-barrel carburetors. So that'll be in an upcoming video. So we appreciate you watching, and we'll catch you on the next one on this one when we get back some more parts.